All right, we now have joining us on the Sharks Audio Network. It is Thomas Bordeleau. What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. Just it's been almost 4 months without Sharks hockey. I know that we are all getting excited for the start of a new year. First off, how has the off season been treating you?
It's been good. I mean, it's been a long summer, right? Guy here in end of April or something like that. So I'm in Montreal right now. I've been there all summer. Working hard, just grinding, kind of just getting ready for that next season coming up. Obviously we didn't have a great season last year, so it's time to step it up a notch this year. And we had a lot of time to do that, so it was kind of good to be able to do all of that and spend time with the family too.
Yeah, nice. That's always important, obviously. How's your off-season training program? Like, was it this different this time around? Was it a little bit, I don't know, longer since last year the season ended a little bit later because the schedule was different? Were there specific things you wanted to work on? Like, how has that been going for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like now I got time to work on more things, right? Because it's a bigger span of time. But
Mhm.
it was good, really being able to kind of having a good building summer. Kind of building up to go to camp and be ready. Compared to all my other summers when I had World Junior camps and everything here and there, and even the World Junior tournaments last summer and stuff like that. So it was the last summers were hectic and.
Mhm.
I had a lot of hockey, World Championship in Finland, everything. So this summer was really all about kind of taking more steps and, with my body, the gym, and also on the ice, and I think it was really good for that. So that's kind of been the kind of the way it's been going this summer. And we haven't done really anything different. It's just we never really had the time to do exactly what we wanted to do. So yeah.
Right. No, I mean, I know that you've talked about it before about how you're not like the biggest dude. And I know that you've talked about wanting to get stronger and a little bit bigger, but also hockey now, the NHL is such a league that is so fast and there's such an emphasis put on speed. Is that something that you have to be aware of? Like, yeah, like everybody wants to be bigger and stronger, but at the same time, also faster, faster, faster.
Yeah, I mean, game's all about speed now, right? So that's definitely, I think, I definitely think of myself as a good skater, but I want to be even more efficient and even more
Mhm.
quick. And I always think I can add to my games in that way. So, obviously, I mean, I don't think I want to get bigger, otherwise I'll be slower. So I don't want to be bigger, I just want to be, just have more strength. Obviously some guys even have a little bit more old man strength and stuff like that. But I want to get to that. I want to get to that level where I can really I can compete really really well with them. So definitely the power, the strength, and just my quickness and my speed. That's that you work a lot on the ice and off the ice.
What's the difference between being a good skater or just straight out fast? Because I feel like those are two sides of the same coin. Like some dudes, they can burn and they're just incredible skaters, but other dudes, they're not necessarily burners, but you watch their footwork and the way they kind of pivot and move, and you can just tell that they're just a cut above. Like what does it mean to you?
Yeah, there's definitely different like layers of skating, right? Like you get like a guy like Carly, like Carlson, who obviously just got traded, and you get a guy like him. He's not necessarily like you don't see his feet move that fast, but he's just so good with his edges and so elusive, and little stuff like that. So you get that part of the game, but then you also get the McDavid part, or the quick steps, the kind of the fast twitch and everything. So there's kind of a balance I'm trying to have in that. Obviously I think I'm definitely on the my strength right now. If I were like to grade it on 100, there's more part of that 100 that would be my edges and how I can glide, and I can I'm kind of efficient in how I skate, but I want to take my explosiveness and my quickness to the next level. That's kind of what I'm focusing on.
One of the things that I noticed about you when the Sharks drafted you, all the film comes out and we look at the highlight reels. And my joke is always like, well, yeah, they always look good in their highlight reels. That's the point. Because we all lose our mind off of every highlight reel. But the thing that I noticed about you is that you always receive the puck in a very good position. It seems like you'll have your shoulders turned up ice, even if your hips are swiveling elsewhere. Is that something like that? Somebody at some point said like, hey, make sure that you're position square, that you're ready to make that move up ice? Because I feel like when you're receiving, you're ready to go. Is that Is that just something that's always been there, or did a coach come up to you one point and say like, "You need to do this," and you took it home?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's definitely just something I've been doing. Just kind of that's where I want to go. I want to go in the ozone. I want to go to the
Mhm.
net. So that's kind of where my body's kind of already getting ready to go there. And also, I kind of want to accelerate with the puck. I don't want to be fast and then you get the puck and then kind of like your feet stop moving and you start just looking around to make something happen. I want to. I'm trying to work on that a lot, and I've been working on that a lot this season. Of when I get the puck, skate and then look around and then kind of look around for a play and stuff like that. But just move your feet as soon as you get it.
You had a handful of games at the end of 2022. You had a handful of games at the end of 2023. What was your learning experience between those two seasons?
I mean, yeah, it was good. I think I've learned I mean the most ever like in my stint in the NHL both years, and it's been good. I've had a I think it gave me a little bit of experience and a taste of it that I really enjoyed and that I like, and that I kind of like seeing myself into that, and it just made me want more. So now I'm excited for next season.
One of the things I was talking with William Eklund about recently is like when you first get those opportunities, because obviously you're a fan of the game. Like, was there ever a moment when you were maybe like asking a question to Eric Carlson or like a Brent Burns or a Logan Couture, you just kind of like, holy crap, like I'm out here skating with these guys? Because like I listen, you're here now, you're part of the show, but at the same time, like there was a few years ago where you were watching those dudes in the playoffs, and they're larger than life figures, but all of a sudden you're out there playing with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's been it was kind of freaky the first couple days when I was in the NHL. That's for sure. Right after college too,
Yeah.
you're hanging out with your college buds, and then you just go right into a room bunch of your heroes when you were young. So it's definitely special. I mean, when I joined the team, I was we were in Minnesota, so I joined the team on the road, like
Mhm.
at the hotel. They just came back from another game somewhere else, but they flew into Minnesota, and I joined the team there. So I the only guy that was in the meal room when I got there was Cooch, was Logan. So it was I kind of just asked him like, yo, like what's gonna go, like what's going on today, like what's the day looking like do we have a team thing, or like I don't know. So I was just asking him a bit, but Bernsey was awesome too. Like he was obviously he was only there for my first year, but
Mhm.
the first year was he was awesome to me. He was just showing me a bunch of stuff he was doing with Pavelski, and he was always inviting me over to his house and just being the great dude he is. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I always would imagine that first time though, like you see a Burns, a Couture, Hurdle, even Timo when you're with him previously, like you probably want to hit these guys up with questions because you want to pick their mind, but at the same time, it's hard because you're just out of college, you don't want to step on toes, you don't want to be overbearing. Was it nerve wracking to go up and be like, "Hey, can I get your opinion on this, Mister Couture, Mister Burns, etc."
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely. I think it was that I was the nerves were really high at first, but I feel like when we kind of got our first practice in the way, like because I joined in and played a game right away, and it was like
Yeah.
obviously I was trying to know the line mates a bit, but the rest of the team is kind of if you play with them on the line or you don't, so
Mhm.
there wasn't really any like connections being made through that much. But then, as soon as we got our first practice in, that's when I started feeling more comfortable and, just practicing and just you're next to them in line and you're doing, just getting ready for practice together. So that's kind of when I started, being a little bit more comfortable asking them and being like, all right, I'm here too. And, I'm not like, I'm just trying to be a sponge and not necessarily ask them a bunch of questions, but if they're going to say something, I'll listen to it.
Yeah, no, that's super. It's interesting. It's fascinating to see the evolution because like it's just like you said, like suddenly you were thrust in there, and then it's like okay, go NHL. Here we are. How's the adjustment been to life in San Jose? Are there things about it that have surprised you?
No, I mean it's been pretty good. It's been pretty smooth, honestly. I'm just I have my place in San Jose now, and I spend a lot of time downtown. I'm kind of the San Pedro Square area, so it's a nice little spot. So I just enjoy kind of knowing more about the city and even the whereabouts. There's so many cool stuff to do around. So
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. Family's been enjoying it when they come visit me and stuff like that. So it's it's always a good time, and I know all the players love it too. So we really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, you hadn't really been out to San Jose before being with the Sharks, right?
No, never really. I came once to kind of meet the staff and everything, because there's no draft, no dev camps or everything,
Yeah.
because COVID, and COVID hit, and then nothing was happening. So I never had the chance until I really kind of stepped foot in there after I signed my pro contract.
Yeah, and I mean, just obviously because you've lived in some colder climate areas, you got a rainy winter in the Bay Area this last year, but otherwise, I mean, has it lived up to the hype?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, they told me that it rained more this year than last year, so I believe you guys. But I'm expecting less rains in the next couple of years.
Yeah, we got about a decade's worth of rain this last winter. That was wild.
I liked it though. I liked it though. It made all the hills green and everything.
Dude, yeah, no, it's wild, man. Like it took I've lived here pretty much my entire life, and the hills were green like well into June and such this year. That never happens. It was pretty cool. I want to get into some of these questions that I got here from the dudes on Reddit. He was asking, this is from Zarshark. He was saying that he thought your style of play in the first and second years was a little bit different. He said was that just an idea of you had been through your first experience the year before, and that it seemed like you were a little bit more comfortable with the puck, a little bit more open to looking around on the ice as opposed to maybe one touch passing your first time through?
Yeah, definitely that part. Obviously, it was an adaptation. The first season pro, first season out of college, because after college I was all hyped up, played my first couple games in the NHL, and everything was going so fast. And yeah, like I was definitely a lot more nervous with the puck. But as compared to the second year, kind of going in the NHL after almost a full year in the American League, that it's a grind down there. And it's definitely when I got the call with the Sharks, I was definitely I was definitely calmer with the puck, and kind of really I think that year under my belt really helped me.
Speaking of the Barracuda, is there anybody on the coaching staff that you particularly got along with, or that you felt that helped your game a lot? I know all those guys are good dudes, but was there anybody that you kind of specifically learned from or had a chemistry with that allowed you to learn from them?
I mean, we had like a bunch of all our coaches, have been doing great jobs. They really care about our development, and they wanna see us, get better, and they want the better out of us and everything. But they're all. I mean, it's still kind of getting to know them even after a year, because everyone's new, right? So it's been a good ride, and it's been nice seeing them at Def Camp this summer and everything. But yeah, I don't know if my probably the closest guy I am that's kind of in the coaching staff is I don't even I couldn't really say any of the coaches, but I'd say just Mike Ricci. I think Reach has been unbelievable to me, and even the other coach have been too. I've known Reach for a bit longer, so it's been fun to have him around. He's been on the ice with us practicing every day, so it was really awesome.
Yeah, no, Reach is the man. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything negative about that guy. That doesn't happen by accident. Let's talk about your play though. Let's say that center, wing. I imagine you want to play center, but if they say we're going to put you on the wing, do you have any apprehensions about that?
No, I just want to play and score goals. That's all I want to do.
I like it. I assume that you've had the opportunity to do both. Is for you, is there a big difference? I mean, I know the responsibilities are a little bit different, but are you just kind of like, hey man, you put me out there, I'll do whatever you need me to do?
I definitely think centers it's definitely more work, like more skating, more aspects of the game involved. But I enjoy taking face off so much that that's a big part of the game that I like. So that's one. But also as a winger, I feel like you're a bit more freedom offensively. Even if with the system we play, if it's kind of everyone could be the center on the ice, but in the D zone you have a little bit less responsibilities, even if you have a couple. But it's just a little adjustment. But I think it's been good to have both under my belt, and I'm glad that the first time I did it was pro and it went well. So
yeah, no, for sure. You still keeping in touch with a lot of the guys that you played with at lower levels, and especially your college teammates?
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely really tight. Any guy like any of the guys on the NTDP team, the guys in Michigan. Obviously our class, we were a really we were all together a lot. Like just me, Brendan Brisson, Beniers, Owen Power, Johnson, Jacob Trescott, a bunch of the Michigan guys. Nolan Morrow was a guy who just went to Russia, and it's crazy just kind of seeing them all do their thing. And I'm going to Michigan. I think around the at the end of the summer just to go see them and the whole crew again. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice, that's cool. I guess you weren't surprised about Beniers and the success that he had, man. Like he's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's been I've played with him since I was 16, so it's been fun to see him succeed and get better.
Nice. Any thoughts on the Sharks' top draft pick this past year, Will Smith? You know much about his game?
I mean, not much. Like I've seen, like you said, highlight tapes, and I've hung out with him a bit at Def Camp, but we weren't really in the same groups at Def Camp, so I didn't get to see him play much. But it was fun. We have a lot of friends in common.
Nice.
He's a good kid. He's gonna do well. I've seen him practice a bit, and he looks like he got a lot of tools under his belt. So he's gonna be exciting to watch.
Is it weird being on the other side of the draft process? Like once you get to see the next draft class go through it, because I mean, it was a little bit different for you because of COVID, obviously, but that's an intense process. I mean, teams are kind of grilling you. They're breaking down every aspect of their game. And then suddenly you're kind of, the way that a draft goes down. I mean, listen, you guys are all there in the top rounds for a reason, but it's got to be a very strange experience to hear one name called before yours, or like another name that you thought, oh, that guy could have gone here, and then another team values him more. Like it's a weird form of a meritocracy.
Yeah, it's definitely weird, and there's a lot of feelings involved, especially when you're part of the draft. And I remember my draft. I was really disappointed. I took on the first round, and then like you're waiting the second day, and then you get drafted, and it's like nothing else in the world matters, and you're like, all right, I don't even care anymore because it's awesome and everything. And then you kind of now I'm what, like 2-3 years from my draft, and you look back at all those things, and you're like, man, like if I only knew that like I was gonna feel like this, I probably wouldn't have been so hard on myself or stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's fun to be on the other end of it because I have more experience than I had 3 years ago, but at the same time, kind of you want these kids to kind of know that, and everyone's got their own path.
Did you watch this draft year, the draft on TV this year, man? I felt like every dude was trying to outdo each other with like the flashiest suit out there.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them, and it's getting intense. I guess the guys are being more and more confident. I mean, I'm not necessarily against it, but there's some of them that got balls. That's for sure.
Love it. I like this question. This comes from You Have to Be Mad. They ask, if you have any special things with your equipment, anything that you like about certain stick curves, any alterations to your equipment, anything you specifically do, or you just kind of like, hey, give it to me, I'll go out there and make it work?
I mean, I guess everyone now kind of knows about the white spray paint at the bottom of my stick. I just kind of I've always liked that, and definitely think I'll keep liking it. But I like the whole bottom of my stick to be white, and yeah, nothing special. I'm really I like my stuff how it is, like kind of just my whole equipment. Skates, gloves, helmets. I never really change much usually, unless I really need to. But my sticks, I'm definitely more peculiar about it. And I guess shout out to Lizard Skins. I like putting their little knob, up top. So I guess it gets me a nice little grip. But yeah, that's about it.
Any passions for you outside of hockey?
I mean, I like golfing. I like just spending time with friends. Just kind of being around people I love. Really, that's all I like to do. I just like to go to the lake and spend time with friends and buddies and do whatever. So it's or play golf with them. And we got some nice golf courses here in Montreal. So it's in the area. So it's cool.
Yeah, man. I was talking to to Matty Benning earlier this summer, and he was talking about where he was, and he was saying it was still light out at like 11 o'clock, and they were golfing late into the evening and stuff. And I talked to Capo, and he's in Finland, and he was like, yeah, he's like, because the sun doesn't really go down. He's like, well, he's like, people take like 2 a.m. tee times. I was like, that's awesome.
No, that's crazy over there. I can't believe it. It's got to be the best time to be there for sure. It's awesome.
I don't know how people like, I would never go to bed if the sun didn't go down. I'd be like, yeah, 2 a.m. tee time. Yeah, I'll be there. What's better for you, your short game, or are you better off the tee?
Oh, my short game is better.
Yeah.
I'm a short game guy. Yeah.
Nice. Like the thing for me, I can't get my baseball swing out of my golf swing. Is it hard for you to take your slap shot out of your drive?
I mean, I played baseball too, so I've got some of that too. So that was the biggest part. But I think the biggest thing for me was to not just, because slap shot, like the movement, I'm starting to get well, I guess, but it's the strength. Like the slap shot, you're trying to destroy the puck, but you're not trying to destroy that golf ball, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I mess it up every time.
Well, plus a slap shot, your hips get way out in front. And if you do that with golf, it's not going to go well.
Nope, doesn't end well.
And just the last one for you here, man. What's the goal for this season?
Oh man, the goal for this season. I mean, right now for me, it's all about executing and performing. I think the learning is, you know, obviously I still have some stuff to learn and a lot to learn, because, you know, I want to be learning when I'm 35 still. But at the same time, I think that initiation's over, and now it's kind of time to go get it and perform and, you know, help the team win.
Awesome, Boards. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Look forward to seeing you out here in San Jose soon, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.